Talk, everyone. Joined with Elliot Cardin, still in Cascade Locks by the look of it. How are the legs feeling?
Yeah, and they're sore, but just normal. So no injury, and yeah, it's looking good now.
And that good 100k feeling that you can't buy, you have to experience it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's just dive into the follow up because that's what the point of this is. We're going to recap on the three main topics that we touched on before the race. The strategy. So we want to know how did it go. Then we'll touch on gear and then nutrition. So just in terms of like how the race unfolded, you finished second. You had a finishing time of 8:58, which would
Yeah,
have been in the since the reimagining of the Gorge 100k, that would have been a podium any year. So you had a great run. It looked like it was pretty good conditions, similar to 2022. And I mean,
yeah.
last year was a wet year, a cold year.
I
So
went-
it was decent conditions. So why don't you just give us a rundown on your day? How did it start and how did it feel?
yeah, I think the condition at the start of the race was just perfect. Not hot, just yeah, perfectly dry. The trail were super nice and smooth. But in the afternoon, it was kind of hot for me because I'm from Quebec, and right now it's still yeah, it's still cold. So I was not really heat adapted, but it was not bothering me too much. I put some ice bandana at mid race, and it's helped me a lot. So yeah, I started the race leading finally. I didn't expect to lead, but yeah, the pace was not slow, but not too fast. So I was okay. I'm gonna lead a bit to the first aid station, and at the first aid station, everyone just go through, didn't stop. I just take time to fill up my bottle of my nutrition drink mix snacks, and I was after that I was behind maybe 8th position, and lost maybe 4 minutes and let the pack go, and just focusing on myself. And I think it was a good move to do that, to being able to just being on the back a little bit, not stressing about going too fast. So I was just focusing on myself, telling me that is that a pace sustainable for 100k. So I was repeating that to myself the whole day,
That's
and
that's
yeah.
got to be a difficult one. Like, how do you even answer that question at the start of a race? Is this a 100k pace or not? You know, you've got the excitement of the race, you've got the buzz. You know, what did it feel like starting and just feeling like, oh, I'm at the front here, and you just had to kind of roll with it because it felt good. So how did that feel? Because that's kind of a little bit different for you.
Yeah, it's a bit different, but I was checking my watch, and I saw the pace, and that pace it's okay for me. So that's why I decided that it was okay to be in the front. If it was too fast, I will notice it, and I will just set back. I don't have ego. I don't necessarily want to be in the front. So if I'm in the front, it's just because it's comfortable for me and it's the right thing to do. But it was not a strategic move or anything like that. It was just because the pace was perfect for me at the beginning. So yeah.
And what about the chorus heart rate monitor? Were you checking the heart rate, or how did that feel? Because it wasn't it your first race with it.
Yeah, I didn't check it during the race, but I will analyze all this after to maybe for another ultra to check it more to see if it's the right zone for me. But yeah, I will check it out. I will check that when I will be back home and analyze all this. It's gonna be fun.
So you were wearing the heart rate monitor, but you were still really going by feel.
Exactly, it's just by feelings. Just that's why I'm repeating myself. Is that a sustainable effort? Just to be conscious of my breathing, conscious of my leg if they were they were feeling great, stuff like that. So I think it's a good reminder to often do that during the race because, like you said, it's so easy to being caught. Uh, with the pack and having just good feeling because it's a race, but it doesn't mean that it's the good effort. You
And
are excited.
in terms of your legs for the 100k, for a 9 hour run, are you thinking there's a portion of this time that I need to conserve, like my descending legs, or save legs for later? How do you feel about that?
Totally. There were a big climb. I think it was at 30k mark. When you reach a big cascade, they were like, I think it's like 5k and big hop. We there's I think 900 meters of elevation gain, so it's a big climb. So I was telling myself I need to be careful on that one and just pacing me well, not doing a big move there. And after that, on the downhill, I start to pushing the pace a little bit, and it's where I start chasing people because I'm better in the downhill. So I was waiting the big downhill to make some moves.
All right. And do you see what I mean about that part of that climb? The descent is tarmac, and it's like a bit of a surprise, isn't it?
What? Sorry.
The fact that the terrain is tarmac, it's hard ground and it's not trail. Some of that climb, it's a little bit of a surprise whenever I got to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So moving on, coming into the through the first couple of aid stations, what was the dynamic like with you in terms of your strategy and the people around you that you're racing? Was there much yo-yoing around there? What was your main sort of thoughts there?
Yeah, at the aid station, I wanted to be quick, but it's ended up that I was taking my time a little bit too much. I would say, but it pay off because I just taking care of cooling down and being sure to hydrate myself enough. But yeah, next time I will be sure that my bottle are already full of water because I have to fill it up sometime when my crew cannot doing it. So yeah, I lost a couple minutes there, but it went well. I've been able to drink my NAC drink mix till the half point, so it was great. After that, I start switching with ginger ale because it was just more fresh and light for me. I was not able to keep going on the drink mix, so I started doing that there, and I was using the Merton gel too till the half race, and after that I start using the Spring Energy gel. I tried just one, I think at 40k, and it was super great, super fresh. And the Martin gel was giving me a little bit of gag reflex, so I didn't like it. it's
Doesn't taste great.
it was working well, but it's just not fun to having gag reflex. So the Spring Energy gel didn't do that. So I keep going on the Spring Energy gel, and it was working well.
So, I mean, let's just naturally dig into some of the nutrition, just
Yeah.
following from Sean's footage on Instagram. It looked like you downed a lot of Coke and a lot of Red Bull and a lot of LaCroix. I mean, what's the count at this point? Was there like 10 or 12 cans in your kit bag?
I don't know how much I use it for the Red Bull. It was just only can because they just bring the same can at the other aid station, so it was not a
Right.
full the Red Bull. So I think I drank like 1.5 Red Bull. So yeah, not that much, but yeah, yeah, the caffeine was great too. It was great to having that at the end of the race. You start to being tired and less focused, so it just helped me to stay in the game. So yeah, that's why using Red Bull and Coca Cola it's just a go to. It's always work. I
Ultra rocket fuel.
uh, using it early in the race, but one thing gets harder, I start using it. So yeah.
We've lost your video there.
Oh,
I, I can still
just a
hear
sec.
you.
Yeah, I could try something. There you go. Is that working?
No.
No shit. Okay. Yeah, it was a call, so I think it's. Hmm. How can I?
Guys, we are live. You got to get technical problems whenever we're going live.
But you can
Thankfully,
hear me.
we haven't had too many. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, at
Uh,
least. All right. Yeah.
do you want to continue?
Uh, yeah, I can hear you.
Well, okay. I'll just speak to myself because that's the only
Sorry
person
for
I
that.
can see right now. What I wanted to touch on then was I noticed that you were carrying like three bottles. Anytime you had two bottles up front and then a
Yeah.
bottle in the sort of the back portion of the Black Diamond pack. Were the three of those carrying NAC nutrition, or was that a mixture of different fluids?
It was a ginger ale, and the other one was my drink mix till I would say till 52k, and after that it was one of water and two of ginger ale. So I like to have just fresh water to yeah, just to change the taste of sugar. So yeah, and I always put like a bottle in my bag because it's helped to balance my vest. I find out, sorry, the when I'm putting the two bottle in front of me, it's just like too heavy in the front, and it's super shaky, so I don't like it. So
Yeah,
with distance 4 vest from Black Diamond, it's very nice. You can put a bottle in the back, and I like it. So that's why I was doing that.
that's a good point. That is the case with a lot of those packs, especially for like 100k race where you're
Yeah,
not having to carry much mandatory kit. There probably was very little in the rest of your pack, so that was probably a good balancing point.
yeah.
In terms of gels, what were you carrying? I didn't during the transitions going through the aid stations and from Sean's Instagram, we didn't see too much of what you're putting in your pockets. So you drop a gel at one point, but didn't really see much else. So between aid stations, how many gels were you taking, and what gels were you taking?
At the beginning, till 50k, it was only one gel per hour. It was my Morton gel, the the big one, the 40 gram of carbs. So just one per hour, and after that, I start using two spring energy gel per hour. Yeah, that's it. No more gels, and I was rely more on the liquid calories because when you're running fast like that, it's more easy to drink than eat. So yeah.
So the Spring Energies, do you know which one it was? Was it the Awesome Sauce?
Yeah, it was. I didn't notice exactly what I take, but they were the banana flavor one
Okay.
that I maybe got three of those, and it was super good. And the other one I didn't notice. Just open it and take it. That's it.
So we're talking 60 to 90 grams of carb per hour, plus
Yeah.
a shitload of caffeine from Coke and Red Bull.
Yeah. I don't know how many milligram of caffeine there's in the Red Bull, but I'm more used to use Guru energy drink. It's a Canadian brand, but I didn't find this energy drink here, so that's why I use a Red Bull. So
Brian in the chat's asking, why did you not wear the naked waistband instead of the Black Diamond pack?
what? Sorry.
You wore the Black Diamond 4 liter. Brian in the chat is asking, why did you not wear the naked waistband?
Yeah, yeah, because I wanted to have everything on me, and when you put everything on the naked belt, sometimes it's not super comfortable. If I Because I know it will be hot, And when it's hot, I like to drink at least 1 liter per hour. And yeah, I didn't want to bring that much soft flask in my naked belt. Like 3 bottles in the naked belt, it's overkill, man. It's just too much. You have to carry one in your hand. I did it for Black Canyon 1 years ago. Um, but I was drinking way more faster because it was hot, so I didn't carry for a long time my bottle in my hand because I was chunking it super quickly. So, but this time I was taking more my time to drink. So, yeah, having the vest was just perfect. I can carry everything I need.
I can't imagine even having two bottles in the naked waistband.
Yeah,
It fills up so quick. You know, it feels like it's
yeah,
made for maybe like a windbreaker, a phone, and five or six gels, and after that, it's bunged. You know, it's packed.
yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah, the best it's
so
like just one bottle in the back, like you said, your cell phone, and one in the end, but not more than that. It's just too much.
yeah, so just closing out on nutrition, you were taking in some ginger ale, isn't that right? You were having some stomach issues.
Uh, yeah, at midpoint, I had a little bit of nausea, not too much, but I wanted to taking care of it before it became a problem, and I would say it works because after that it was okay. My stomach was responding well, but yeah, I was no more able to take the Morton gels just because I don't don't want it to have the gag reflex. And yeah, the drink mix neck at this point was just too dense, so I wanted to something super light and refreshing.
And I think that's probably why you were reaching for cans of LaCroix, because that
Yeah,
tastes so like a cold can of LaCroix Mid Ultra is just amazing. You seem to be
yeah,
hammering one of those on the way out of every aid station.
yeah. I was taking one one can, I would say, at each aid station at the end.
So just touching back on the race itself, on that out and back section towards the end, the PCT section, so the 10
Yeah.
miles out and back, and then the 5K to the finish, did you feel like you were racing and trying to catch, or did you feel like you were maintaining or being chased? Or how did you feel about that?
Yeah, I have no idea where the first runner was, Adam Lewis, till I
Okay.
saw on the way back just before coming down to the last aid station at Wyatt. I saw him just there. There's like a bridge to go to the aid station, and I think
Yeah.
he was like 6 or 8 minutes behind me. So I see him goes up when I was going down uh, for just a couple meters before reaching my aid station. So at that point, I was knowing, oh yeah, there might be a chance to catch him. So I tried to focus on the aid station, take everything I needed to be sure to push that uphill because it's after Wyatt, it's a long steady uphill. You can run everything and be super fast, and that's what I did. I pushed kind of hard on that climb, but yeah, I didn't catch him. And I would say the last climb it's more steep and shorter, but I I I fade a little bit on that one. I run the whole way, but yeah, just I think I lose the race there. I was not able after that to go strong on the downhill when I'm usually capable of. So maybe a little bit too much on the uphill after Wyatt.
Okay. And you knew you were really safe at this point because you would have passed third place and saw that that person was a long way behind you.
Yeah, yeah, but I didn't feel it. It was a long way when I see him, so I was scared that he can pass me. So the last 20k, I really run scared to lose that second position. So I yeah, I grind till the end.
Cool. All right, let's come into the last question because we're
Yeah,
touching on 20 minutes and it feels strange looking at a black square on the screen
yeah,
since I
that's
can't see
bad.
you. And for the people that are watching, I can't see Elliot either. There's some technical issues going on here, but we're still having a chat and we're getting on with it. So let's touch on gear. And I know you're going to tell me fuck all about this, but how was the Norda prototype? How did it work out for you? Was it a good shoe?
Yeah, it was a really good shoes for that kind of terrain where it's not too technical, and you can run fast. So it was super great to having that shoes. I'm super happy to have this chance to run in it. So yeah, it's it's a good shoes, man.
You can
It's
say
the
you
only
can
thing I
say no more. You can say no
yeah
more. It's okay.
no more.
I saw I did do some screen grabs on the live screen on the live stream
Yeah,
and got a bit of a look at it. So I mean I can say whatever the hell I want because I just saw it on the internet and it does look a little
yeah,
bit more minimal than the 001. So I'm keen to see this shoe whenever it comes out. It looks exciting and obviously you ran a great race
yeah,
and it's suited to the gorge, which was hot. It was probably slippery. It had a bit of technical, had a bit of road, so it obviously has some sort of bandwidth to it. That shoe, and then the Black Diamond pack and just the CLE apparel, everything there okay for you? Would you change anything if you did it again?
no, the gear was perfect. I didn't change anything. The only thing I changed it's the ice bandana. So that's it. I stay with
What would
the
you change
same
there?
gear of the race. Sorry, what?
What would you change with the ice bandana?
The ice bandana, they were the rabbit one. You can fill it with ice. It's like a double layer. It was super great. I didn't use that ice bandana before. It was my friend David that had this bandana at the aid station, so we use it. Yeah,
I think the only thing that maybe you could change for the next time would be maybe Sean needs to get a cameraman so that he can use two hands in the aid station because he was
yeah,
trying to like do everything. It's like trying to undo your bandana with one hand while
yeah,
filming his hand undoing the bandana.
yeah,
I mean, that's got to be fairly difficult to do, but like we'll end it at that.
yeah.
Congratulations on a great second place, a super run. Let's close it out with one last question. I looked at your ultra sign up and I don't see anything on the horizon. So what's the rest of the sort of spring summer look like for you?
Yeah, the next race gonna be La Clinique du Coureur, a local race in Quebec, in June. It's a 50k with a good cash price, so I want to try it, and it's gonna be a good tune-up for my I would say my A goal for long distance this summer. It's gonna be Quebec Mega Trail 100 miles in July, so 1 month after, and probably I will try to race le Grand Raid des Pyrénées in Europe too at the end of August. So for the
Ah,
moment,
okay, yes.
is that.
That's 1 week before UTMB and it's a World Trail Majors event, isn't that right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, QMT it's on the circuit too, the World Trail Major. So if I want to rank on the series, I have to do two races. So that's why I will maybe doing this race, but it's gonna be my first 100 mile this summer. So doing two back to back is gonna be a huge challenge. So I will see. Yeah.
Cool. And then if you're in Europe the week before UTMB, I take it you will be in Chamonix around UTMB with Norda?
I think UTMB is gonna be right after that race. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it is. Yeah.
but yeah, if I have time, I will plan to go in Chamonix, but I think it's gonna be short. I expect to just take 10 days to go to the race and having time before the race there.
Okay. All
We'll
right.
see.
Cool. All right, man. Thanks for joining me, and yeah, I hope to catch up with you soon. Rest
Yes.
up and peace.
Yeah. Peace. Thanks for having me.
All
Ciao.
right, man. Bye.